do not wish to embarrass you.
Godwin is so...
And that is the king we are following.
He saw what Canute's dad did. And Edmund, you just have the thing on you. You know, to prove that these nobles, they wanted to betray. He's hiding it!
You? Yes, Your Highness.
I have the nobles, I have the power!
That is precisely why. I promise you, this will not take long. Give him a chance to speak.
Godwin? You son of a bitch!
God, you are here to comfort him. The young king is dead. His horse failed him.
You offered
Who witnessed this?
all of them.
We all did, sire. It was an act of God.
It was an act of Godwin.
King
You
Edmund
know
is dead.
it.
Long live King Canute. Long live King Canute.
You know it. He offered you all England. Well played, Godwin. Like it was awful, but it's a good plan. It was well played.
My brother has clearly made his choice, and I have made mine. I'm not fighting for the throne of Norway. I am fighting for Kattegat.
Thank you for that. Now protectors of Kattegat. Of course, I love that. I mean, Freddy's and Harald. Yep.
And he was dead when you discovered him?
No.
No, but his injuries were extensive.
Clearly. And his pain must have been terrible, especially from the tiny cut beneath his left breast, just below his heart. Of all his wounds, it was the most lethal, as it pierced his heart and filled his body with blood.
Strange things happen in these types of accidents, Your Highness.
I would call it miraculous.
He knows you did it. She does also.
Did you commission this murder?
You
Must
encouraged
I
it.
remind you that the death of Edmund leaves only one king on the throne of England?
I arrived in this country as a 15-year-old girl who could not speak the language and was a piece of property. I am now the queen of an expanding empire. If you think that I'm incapable of taking care of both my husband's interests and my own, you do so at your own peril.
Oof.
I'm beginning to see what my son admires in you.
Her strength. Her charisma also. She's imposing respect.
What do they do with me? They're in the hands of the gods.
I prefer my fate to be in my own hands.
Because you don't believe.
You make it very difficult sometimes. To love you?
You're saying that you
I
love?
want to keep you safe.
Try to admit that. I know Kore.
And I know my brother.
Grandfather! We arrived last night.
Your mother wouldn't let us disturb you. How very thoughtful of her.
You
Let me
came.
speak to you.
You're gonna meet Emma. And why did you come like that? It's gonna be a fight for who is the queen, the real one.
You and my son were handfasted in the pagan way, as he had yet not converted. In the eyes of God, you were never married.
I'll let you explain that technicality to your grandsons.
My son has made his commitment to Queen Emma.
And you should be prepared to lose Norway. Jarl Olaf visited me upon his return from England. Canute and his army locked in a land battle in his absence. Fleet answers to me.
You brought the fleet to England. Where is it?
Near. Far.
You're threatening them?
I could have you killed right now. Kore
particularly don't like fire. England is a country with many places to hide, and if they don't hear from me by a given hour on a certain day, they sail for Kattegat under Olaf's flag.
I have a problem. You killed my father at the election. You know as well as I do I was within my rights to defend myself. You also know, if you were to fight me now, there is a very good chance I would kill you. I need you to defend them now. I've only heard stories, both and stable. But I know if I was ever asked to join the Iron now, and I had to look the Allfather in the eye, I would much rather do so as a warrior. And died fighting for his people and their beliefs, instead of his father's tainted name.
You still believe in Odin?
Brothers, approach! If they are weak, they should not be waiting in here, but attacking before their forces grow any stronger.
I agree.
We can spare neither of you. Let's get back to work.
Do you have a plan? They're more impulsive than you.
And who are you? I'm Queen Alfhild of Denmark, and the wife of King Canute.
I'm impressed with how effortlessly you've made yourself comfortable in my home.
It is my home now.
No, not also. Ah.
Really? I've heard of delusionary people such as yourself. Please tell me how you managed to convince yourself of such a fantasy.
Surely you're astute enough to realize that if a wolf is roaming your halls and warming itself by your fires, it must be considering you its dinner.
She has rights to claim, you know, that queen. I'm not against her, but for sure I'm on Emma's side. I respect her,
You look
I love her character, we saw her evolution, and she has the legitimacy.
Yes.
So she has the legitimacy
The
also.
Trojans gathering armies to steal Norway. She's hidden somewhere here. I have sent men to search. It could take days, weeks. I have hours.
Prove yourself, Emma.
I don't expect a woman like you to understand what that means to a Viking.
She's a descendant of Rollo.
The blood of your people runs in their veins. I've never been to the north, but I feel your anger. You saved my children from bondage. Now I must repay that trust.
Also.
I know this country. I can help you. If you let me.
In all times, the gods have been good to us. We face a new challenge in which we must ask their help. We call for a messenger to journey to Asgard.
I will.
Do you willingly go to Odin and deliver our cry for help?
I do.
You're okay to sacrifice yourself? It's a great honor also, you know, for him, but... Godwin? I'm exhausted by all of his plans, all of these things.
My name is Earl Godwin. I'm advisor to your husband, King Canute.
It's refreshing to
He
be
placed his option with King Canute by killing Edmund. Now he's gonna place his options with her.
But, despite your confidence, it may be hard to keep you at the king's side. I come to offer my assistance. Because you may have overestimated your leverage with him and underestimated Emma's. I know her, and believe I can help you in your quest.
interest you have in my quest.
His own.
Let's just say I have my own history with Emma.
Godwin. We can't trust him, but we can't doubt of him, you know, for trying each time new things. Don't look at her sleeping like that, it's a little weird, you know. You're gonna try to talk with Olaf. How would you know that he would be there, your brother?
Prodigal brother returns.
You planned that meeting? They are smiling. Cool! they planned something. They planned something? How could you plan something together when Olaf did that against Canute? You want to be king of Denmark. I mean, one of them is going to be king of Norway and the other one king of Denmark. Because if you plan that against Canute Olaf by going to see the queen, by telling her all of that, encouraging her to go with all of the fleet to threaten them in England, to be sure that you would be the real queen of England and Denmark and all of this empire. Canute, he went back to his place, but he is without his fleet. He's gonna fight, without his fleet, without his army. He's gonna be defeated. If he survives, he's gonna come back to England. These two, they planned that. Like, they are not meeting like that. It was a planned meeting with these two together, and they are smiling like that. I think that they made the plan together. But against Canute, not with him, for sure. At least for the part of Olaf, but I think that for Harald, or maybe Olaf, he played on both of the sides, with Harald, with Canute. There are a lot of things that we don't know right there with what these two planned together. They are brothers, they are half brothers, like Olaf insisted on during the first episode. They are not that close to each other, I don't think so. You have to remember that their brother, they were close, these two, to their brother, to Sten. He died and they never had their revenge, in fact, for that. Now they do, because Edmund died also, but again, it was not the Vikings who did that. It was Godwin. Godwin! You never disappointing me. For sure, we can't trust him. For sure, he's unpredictable. For sure, he's against people, in fact, by not being with them fully, by being okay to betray them, by putting options everywhere. Like, it's not a character that I want to trust, that I want to support with what he's doing, but I can just admire all of what he's doing, all of his plans. It's clever, it's a way for him to survive to everything, to find stuff for him everywhere, like that's it. Now he has an entire territory for himself, but you can't have his loyalty for good, for sure, entirely. He killed Edmund just after the nobles promising that to him. He needed the nobles, to witness his death, to believe into his death, his accidental death. To have them swear like that they would follow Edmund, and after that returning their backs so quickly to promise that to King Canute and say that King Edmund is dead. Godwin, you did it. They all know that, not the nobles, but Emma, Canute's dad, they know that, what you did. Canute's dad is glad. He's gonna see that as an act of loyalty. But Emma, she knows you. We know that they have a story together. We began the first episode with Godwin saying to Emma, I know that you don't trust me. She clearly has reasons for that. Now that we know you more, Godwin, we can understand her reasons for that. You're just proving again that she can't trust you. You're going to help the other queen against Emma, like... he always has things, I can't remember the expression. He's always planning stuff, he's always, thinking 2 steps. Oh, he's such a great character. The situation in England, okay, King Edmund is dead. Okay, we have only the King Canute. Right now, he's not there, it's his dad. which is bad again, because if Canute is without his fleet, or maybe how he reacted when he received that letter, it was not something planned, and and into that letter they said that your country was attacked. I don't think so. I think that you're just coming back to an empty country. Or maybe that was a plan to make everyone think that you are right there, and in fact you're gonna come to Kattegat after that. But no, what interest Olaf would have with that situation? Emma, I'm glad that you're gonna help, you're gonna prove yourself, and I'm glad because she said all of the reasons why she would help, and it was all of the reasons that I told you in intro. She fell in love with Canute, she has the Vikings blood, she can prove herself like that. Like each time I told you that she could do it for these reasons. She wants to be in England to protect England, and she's okay to be on the Viking side because she fell in love with a Viking and she has the Viking blood. We can see more of her emotions, you know, like it's also great. It was missing, like you can be cold and closed, and I love her character for that. I began to love her character for that. I had so much respect for her for that. But for a character to make the viewers connect with a character, we need to see some emotions at some point. So I'm glad that we can see that with her, finally. That other queen, I'm not sure that she knows fully what she's doing, the risk that she's taking. For sure she is into a situation of power right now, but does she really know who she has in front of her? And on Kattegat they are preparing for a battle, a war against Kore and his army and his friends' armies. There are a lot. Too many, in my opinion, for the ones who are into Kattegat right now. Leif, do you have a plan in mind? Harald has a plan in mind, for sure. You want to build a church in Kattegat? I'm divided. It will be so weird for me to see that, to have that. It's my Viking heart, you know, it's like, no, I don't want that. But at the same time, I want the Christian Viking and the pagan Viking to unite. And I'm thinking about Ragnar, I'm thinking about Harald, just right there. It would be great to have that also. Again, that ship, Harald and Freydis, they are good together for each other, but can it be a thing? Are we really gonna have it? But it's for sure the most intense one. You know, Liv and Leif, they are cute, they are sweet, it's a simple story. Emma and Canute, they are sweet, maybe passionate, but we didn't see it a lot. It's more a political situation right there. The real intense relationship that we have, passionate, who is gonna, I think, stay for a long time, it's Harald and her, you know, and Freydis. Liv and Leif, they can stay, you know, for a long time, maybe not forever, I don't know why, we'll see. They can be a real thing, you know, to take that show. They are the two main characters, it's gonna be important for sure, their ship. So cool, another really great episode. I'm having so much fun watching this show. I'm so involved into it now with the characters, with what they can do, their plans. I'm appreciating their qualities, I'm supporting them. Even Godwin, you know, like if it was the first episode and Godwin would have done that during the first episode, I would have been like, that's an asshole, I'm not gonna support him, like he's annoying, we want him dead, stuff like that. But because of the fact that we learned about him each time, and at first he was not like that. They were saying that he was suspicious and all, but we discovered him before he began to make things like that in front of us, and the more we are progressing, the bigger it is, and it's so fun in a way to see him doing that. I know it's bad, but it's so fun. Okay, one more episode, the last one of this season 1 already. Can you imagine? That was so great. No, I'm gonna talk about really the season, the entire season at the end of the episode 8 to give you my full opinion about it. But I think that you can already imagine that I have a pretty good opinion about this new show. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. Am I gonna watch the new episode, the last one, right now? I think so. I think that I have the time. It's gonna be great. Okay, it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.